I do have a feeling and a sense of freedom following my divorce, mainly because I had been struggling for a minute about what is it that I felt was best for me. Thanks to intuition and trust in self, I was able to move through that and feel, a sense of freedom.
I'm okay.
Tamera Mowry is low-key throwing shade at her own sister, and fans swear it's all about Cory Hardrict. Remember when Tia confessed she felt completely alone for the first time after splitting from Cory, and even admitted she and Tamera weren't that close anymore? Well, Tamera just dropped some slick comments that got everybody buzzing, like, is she clowning Tia for trying to spin the block with Cory? And to make it messier, Cory himself just popped out with a mystery woman after swearing in interviews he wasn't ready to date. He went from, I need time to heal, to suddenly parading a new relationship, and now fans are convinced the Mowry sisters are throwing shade while Cory's busy moving on. In case you missed it, Tia opened up in an InStyle interview saying she felt alone for the very first time after her divorce. And she wasn't just talking about Cory. She admitted she and Tamera weren't even close anymore. Imagine being twins, built-in besties since birth, and suddenly drifting apart. That revelation shook fans who always thought Tia and Tamera were inseparable. And here's the clip where Tia herself admits that after the divorce, even her bond with Tamera wasn't the same. Now Tamera hasn't dragged her sister outright, but fans swear her recent comments scream shade. In her own interviews, she's been hinting about boundaries, growth, and not running back to old situations. And when you line that up with the timing of Tia and Cory's headlines, people can't help but connect the dots. Right now, Tia's in her self-love era, but allegedly still reaching back for Cory, while Tamara's standing on the sidelines rolling her eyes. And here's where things get juicy. Don't forget to like, subscribe, share, and comment your thoughts, and let's see what happens next in this wild family saga.
I know. I didn't know until I found out with the rest of the world.
Any chance we'll see you on there?
She didn't ask me.
And I believe dating is something that I will be open for. It just gotta feel like I'm not chasing it. It's kind of coming to me, And right now, it's just like I'm still trying to figure out who I am right now. You know what I'm saying? Sometimes it just feels, the idea of it feels frightening. Like you just walking down the street and holding somebody else's hand, or having a girlfriend or date. Like it feels a little frightening right now.
I am really, I have to be honest with you, so overwhelmed.
After the divorce, Cory hit a few podcasts making it crystal clear he wasn't ready for another relationship. He claimed his focus was all about healing and being a dad, painting the picture of a man staying private and low-key. On one podcast, he even laid it all out, saying he wasn't chasing romance and only cared about his kids. But that's exactly why fans are side-eyeing these new rumors. How do you go from saying all that to suddenly being linked to a mystery woman? Word on the blogs is that he's got an alleged secret boo, even though no photos have dropped yet. Nothing's confirmed, but the timing has everybody raising eyebrows. He went from, I need time, to allegedly stepping into something new way too fast. This twist creates a messy new narrative because while Tia's been open about her self-love journey, even admitting how tough it's been to sit alone, Cory might already be out here, starting another chapter. And since he's been so private since the split, even whispers of a mystery woman sound loud and shocking. The idea of Cory quietly moving on while Tia's name is tangled back in headlines with her sister makes this whole saga messy in a way nobody saw coming. But to really understand why it hits so different, we gotta rewind to the very start of Tia and Cory's love story, because their history explains exactly why this new chapter cuts so deep. As most people know, Tia and Cory weren't just some random Hollywood couple. Their story goes way back to 2005 on the set of a small indie film.
I see Cory as my partner in crime. It's like I'm not doing this alone.
Yeah. And Tia's been with me every step of the way. Like through the ups and downs, the bad, the ugly, she knows ins and outs, everything. She knows it all. So it's like, I'd rather share that with somebody, for the rest of my life than someone who don't know you. And then when just say if everything was great, you don't know if it's genuine. You don't know if it's real. At least I know Tia got my back, to the grave. So I know she's with me, and she knows I'm with her. And that's just, everything's not perfect.
Tia was already a household name thanks to Sister, while Cory was just getting started. At first, they were only friends. Tia even gave him rides home after work, until that bond slowly turned into something real. By Christmas 2006, Cory popped the question, and 2 years later, they walked down the aisle. For years, fans thought they had it all. 2 kids, red carpet smiles, family photos, and that perfect black love goals package plastered across social media and interviews. To the world, they looked like the couple who cracked the code. But behind the scenes, Tia later admitted she was losing herself in the process. She never painted Cory as the villain, but confessed she was pouring into everyone else while forgetting about herself. That's what pushed her to file for divorce in 2022. She said it was about choosing happiness, not failure. And that's why these new rumors about Cory moving on sting so hard. Tia's whole awakening was about finally putting herself first, while Cory might already be stepping into another chapter.
I believe dating is something that I will be open for. It just gotta feel like I'm not chasing it. It's kind of coming to me, And right now, it's just like I'm still trying to figure out who I am right now. You know what I'm saying? Being, in a relationship for a while and being married for a while. And my priority is just like career and children. So right now, this is where I am today. Who knows, a year from now where that may be.
20 years in one situation, it's a whole adjustment to even walk down the street with another person. This is different. I've been doing that over here, happy, sad, whatever.
Right.
Switching it up, it's just
right. I mean, I haven't done that yet, so it just sometimes it just feels the idea of it feels frightening. Like you just walking down the street and holding somebody else's hand, or having a girlfriend or date. It feels a little frightening right now.
You haven't broached this side of life at all?
You say broach.
It makes it look like they weren't even on the same page at the very end. By April 2023, the divorce was finalized. They agreed on joint custody of their kids. Cree and Cairo, no court battles, no messy Instagram shade, just 2 parents trying to handle their new reality. Tia even let cameras in on that journey with her show Tamera Mowry. My Next Act, where she admitted being single after a decade of marriage was lonely, scary, and nothing like the glam people imagined. Meanwhile, Cory kept things quiet. His only public words were about loving the kids and not wanting to get caught up in noise or drama. 2 very different paths after one breakup, and that's what makes their story so explosive now. That made it seem like Cory was healing quietly while Tia was out here processing everything under the spotlight. But now, with rumors swirling about him possibly seeing someone new, fans can't help but wonder if all that silence was just leading to this moment, and the timing makes it look like Cory may have moved forward while Tia's still stuck processing.
You've been very, very private about your separation and divorce from your wife, Tamera Mowry. But what I love is there's not drama surrounding you. What would you tell people who are going through the same thing that you went through about how to stay in that lane?
You said it, the kids. It's like the kids is you will, if you really love your children, you won't get involved in the noise or the mess. And I make sure that I always think about them first. I put myself last. So if you do that, you're gonna avoid the mess, right?
Okay, I love this.
And this is exactly why Tamera's little comments are raising eyebrows, because if Cory's got a whole new chapter, what does that mean for Tia? Trying to circle back? Remember, Tia and Cory weren't just a short-term fling. They spent nearly 14 years married and almost 2 decades building a life together. That type of history doesn't just disappear when divorce papers are signed. They shared milestones, kids, everyday routines, and Tia herself admitted Cory was her first everything. First love, first heartbreak, first husband.
To this world with a twin. And right after that, I went into a 22-year relationship. So I have never been alone in my life. Being alone has been the most challenging part of my divorce. It's times like this when I feel and wish that my sister and I were still close and I could, pick up the phone and call her. But that's just not where we are.
Walking away from that, even for the right reasons, doesn't erase the pull of familiarity. And when you add the family piece, 2 kids, Cree and Cairo, things get even more complicated. Anyone who's lived through divorce knows co-parenting isn't easy. Watching your kids split holidays and bounce between homes can push you to want that whole family feeling again. Tia might feel that tug every single time.
How are you navigating this life now? You're a single father and keeping it, positive with the kids. How you doing this?
Just love. Everything starts and ends with love,
Yeah.
And we a family, you know what I'm saying? We a family. No matter what people say, I block out the noise. At least I block out all the noise. And my kids is gonna live to see all this one day, like all these.
And then there's the loneliness. Divorce can be freeing, but it can also be brutally isolating. Tia was very open about how hard it was to be single for the first time ever, and no matter how much she preached self-love, those quiet nights alone hit different. It's natural to start asking, was it really that bad? Could we make it work now? Cory's behavior post-divorce makes this even harder because unlike so many messy Hollywood splits, he kept it respectful. No trash talk, no blog interviews, no public humiliation. Compared to the chaos we've seen from other breakups, Cory's silence looked like maturity, and that might make Tia second guess if she walked away too soon. This clip proves how he chose peace over drama, even when he could have gone the other way. And let's be real, dating again in your 40s, especially under the spotlight, is exhausting. Tia spent over a decade as someone's wife, and now jumping back into the dating pool with strangers, cameras, and judgment, that's terrifying. Honestly, it's way less scary to fall back into something familiar than to gamble on a brand new love from scratch. Add in the nostalgia factor. Sometimes people convince themselves that enough time has passed, and maybe both sides have grown. Tia could be thinking, maybe Cory isn't the same man I left. Maybe he's better now. That kind of thinking is dangerous, but it's real. And then comes the speculation about Cory's alleged new boo. Even if Tia doesn't truly want him back, the idea of him moving on with another woman could sting.
I've never dated. Cory was my first.
Right. Yes.
Everything.
A few years into the marriage, you realized I made a mistake. Tia, you shouldn't have to act in your life.
I would go home and feel alone.
Jealousy can creep in, even if you're the one who ended it. Sometimes it's not about wanting that person back, it's about not wanting to feel replaced. That's what makes this messy, because while Tia might be glancing back, Cory's moves suggest he's already looking forward. First off, let's talk about the silence. Cory barely mentions Tia anymore. No throwback pics, no interviews reminiscing about their marriage, nothing. That's a huge sign. When somebody cuts off the nostalgia cold turkey, it's their way of saying, I'm not stuck in the past. Then there's how he's shifting his brand. Instead of being Tia's husband,
having chemistry with a person.
Yes, we had great chemistry because I've known Megan. We did an independent film, and we've seen each other in passing, always rooting each other on. So when we worked, we had good chemistry, and it was already, that energy was already there. And it just carried over to the film, even though we played two opposites. It's like, it's crazy chemistry that we need for the protagonist, antagonist, and who my Dallas is. He's a wild boy.
Cory's leaning heavy into his acting grind, showing up solo at premieres, booking roles, and building his own name. It feels like he's reclaiming his identity, almost reminding everyone I've got my own storyline. And when it comes to co-parenting, strictly business, no playful selfies, no family-style posts, just showing up when it's about the kids and keeping everything else private. That alone speaks volumes. Plus, fans have clocked the new social circle. Cory's been spotted linking with fresh faces in the industry, expanding his network.
Oh man, that money was different though. Shout out to Tyler Perry, he gave me an amazing opportunity to do what I love to do, and he paid me really great, and I worked on the film for 3 weeks.
Yeah.
And it's a blessing just to do what I love, man. And so the money was happy I can get right?
Swapping out old circles tied to Tia is a clear sign he's carving out a new lifestyle. He's also pushing the career-first narrative. In interviews, Cory hypes up projects, his growth, and his grind while avoiding personal drama. It screams, my ex isn't my headline anymore. And body language tells the same story. When they end up in the same space, he keeps his distance. No eye contact, no warmth. That silence is the loudest message, like at that awkward red carpet reunion fans still talk about. Top it all off with subtle flexes, new gym glow-ups, fresh fits, even moves into a new house. Cory's projecting, I'm good, love, enjoy. So if his energy is all about moving forward, where does that leave Tia? Is it about love or just not wanting to feel replaced? Right now, the picture's clear. Tia's battling loneliness, reflecting on her first love, maybe even wondering if there's still a chance to rewrite their story.
With you tonight, who's your date tonight?
My date, I brought my family, my nephew, my sister, my team. Yeah, just celebrating with all the people. I'm for the culture.
Meanwhile, Tamera is on the sidelines tossing shade, making it clear she doesn't support her sister looking back. And Cory, silent, focused, and allegedly entertaining someone brand new. Cory's out here building his own image, carving a brand new identity, and moving with a distance that screams he's already closed that chapter.
Of my divorce. It's times like this when I feel and wish that my sister and I were still close.
Every move, from staying private to flexing his growth, shows he's not interested in being seen as Tia's ex who might circle back. He's stepping into a fresh lane and not looking over his shoulder. Now you've got three storylines clashing at once. Tia drowning in nostalgia, Tamera throwing shade and clowning from the sidelines, and Cory running his quiet reset. It's messy, it's complicated, and it's nothing like the clean, happy ending fans once imagined for this family. Instead, it lands with Tia reaching into the past, while Cory's already locked into the future. And that's the chaos fans can't stop talking about. Don't forget to like, subscribe, share, and drop a comment. See you on the next one.